Hello, Bethany, and I hope you guys are doing good on this Monday. And as I was thinking about getting ready for this week, it just being reminded how much has happened just in the past 7 to 10 days. And as we come into this new week, I was just thinking, all right, God, what do you have for us this week? What is that you're wanting to challenge us with? How can we continue to be your church? And as I was reflecting on that, I was reminded of a verse from 1 Peter chapter 3. And we just came out of 1 Peter chapter 3 just a few weeks ago. But at the same time, there's something, this little gem right in the middle of it that it was just kind of challenging me and encouraging me that I just wanted to share with you. And it's from 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 14 and 15. And it says this: "Have no fear of them, nor be troubled, but in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy. Always be prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for the reason for the hope that is in you. Yet do this with gentleness and respect." And I was just reminded of that word hope. It's a word that we use so maybe so flippantly. I know I do, at least in my normal everyday life. And yet right now, it's a word that I find myself going to over and over and over again. It's that reminder that for us as believers, we have hope. We have something. And that hope is so powerful. And at the same time, I think we got to ask ourselves that question: are we living in that hope? Something I had to ask myself: am I living knowing that I have this incredible hope because of what Christ has done, because of my relationship with Him, because of my confidence of God being in charge, that I have no reason to fear? Am I living in that hope, or am I living in fear? And those are two things that are really tough to juggle. And we juggle with what is fear and what is wisdom, and how does my hope guide me in the middle of all of that? And I don't think there's an easy answer for that. So please hear me. I'm not trying to say that I think there's an easy answer. But at the same time, I want to ask myself that question: am I living in that hope? And if I am I prepared to give an answer for that hope? And what I mean is not in the sense of because someone's challenging me, but in the sense of living in a way that shows the hope I have in Christ, knowing that there is something inside of me because of who Christ is, what God has done, knowing that God is sovereign, knowing that God is not just, again, like I said last week, in control, but God's in the middle of this and doing something. And so that hope in me, am I prepared and ready to give an answer? Am I living in a way that gives an answer, that even shows those around me I have a hope? And even as I'm being wise, I don't have any fear because my God is with me. I think of the Lord's Prayer: "The Lord is my shepherd, and I have nothing that I need to want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul. He leads me beside still waters for His name." And even though when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which it feels like that for so many people right now, even though we walk through that valley of the shadow of death, we have no fear. For God is with me, and His rod and His staff, it brings comfort to me. And so I think just a good question for us right now, church, as we are preparing to go into this week, as we're preparing to live life as uniquely as we are right now, social contact, not social contact, wherever you are and however you have to live it, are you living with hope? Are we living with hope? And in that hope, are we prepared to give an answer for that hope for those that we come in contact with, for what we post on social media, for what we share at work, what we share in conversations with friends? Do we talk as if we have hope? So I want to really encourage you this week, two things. One, to live hopeful, to live so people see that hope, and live purposeful so that you provide opportunities for people to see that hope in you. Let it be a testimony of what's radically been done in your life because of who Jesus is, and the radical hope that you have because of who God is and what He is continually doing, so that we don't have to fear. I hope that's encouraging to you. It's encouraging to me. It's something I want to be reminded of every day. Let's live purposefully in that hope, always prepared and ready to give an answer in how we live and what we say for what Christ has done. I hope you have a great week walking with God, continually see God do incredible things this time as He is active and He is moving. God bless.